Hello everyone and welcome to the void between reality and the land of hackin' nerds. My name is Brian, aka He of the Void, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers crossovers, Sonic the Hedgehog, Blue Booster, and Wingtail. And before we start, I just want to once again thank everyone for their patience as I went through a bit of a time. The past couple weeks. Thank you so much for bearing with me. I had to get some stuff sorted out. I am pretty fine now. You don't really get over a traumatic experience like that relatively quickly. But no, I am in a good place, and I'm back to reviewing toys in my basement as the autistic nerd that I am, because it's Monday, and on Monday, we review toys. So anyway, these are the latest crossovers for Transformers. Sonic the Hedgehog really needs no introduction. If you were a 90s child like me, there were two video game franchises that you really grew up with, at least the main two. One was Mario and the other was Sonic the Hedgehog. I very much grew up playing Sonic games. I've always loved Sonic, and so these were really a must-buy for me. And they're decent figures. They're not perfect, but they're decent. So let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to do... Oh, and these guys are indeed a package deal, by the way. Just so you know. So you are paying $50 for the both of these figures that are mid-deluxe-ish sort of figures. But we're going to do what we do with all of our double reviews. We're going to do robot modes, then we will do transformations, vehicle modes, and then back to robot and final thoughts on the figures. So we're going to take a look first at Sonic, or as he is called in this crossover, Blue Booster. And this is actually a really nice robot mode. I do enjoy this robot mode. First off, we will take a quick look at Noggin, and it's a Mecha Sonic. I can absolutely see this being repainted into Metal Sonic or even Shadow. It's just really, really good head sculpt. Head sculpt is good. Good head sculpt. As for posability, head is on a ball joint. Is a little hard getting 360, but he is on a ball joint for the Wiggly Wagglies. His shoulders are on a hinge and can go 360 around. He is not as inhibited by kibble as his pack mate, as we'll see in a moment. If you want to, you can get the transformation joints involved to give him a bit more of movement at the shoulders. Then waist swivel can kick forward that far and back that far. And this is... The hips are on a sort of, or they're on a hinge. This hinge is very tight, so I would be a little worried and be a little careful on how much you move the hips. But he can kick back that far as well, and he can, of course, do lay splits. Pretty deep bend at the knee. That's more or less for transformation, but it is nice. And he does have an ankle pivot. So decently posable. Really nice color scheme. Love the blue, love the gold. It's just really nicely balanced. As for his accessories, he does come with two. He comes with this shield, which is obviously a ring. From Sonic, it's obviously one of the golden rings. And he can hold his shield on this little peg on the side of his hand. So he can hold this nice little gold painted shield with a nice blue transparent plastic. And he also that's the other thing, we'll get there in a minute. This guy does like to fall over because of the kibble. He comes with this little capsule. For anyone who played the Sonic games, you would know that the capsules are his power-ups, and they would spin when you would collect them. So you have the little stars on one side, and then you have a nice Autobot logo on the other. And he can hold this like a gun. You come down here and you just open this little slot, and you just, sometimes a little easier said than done, you kind of have to finagle it a little bit to get in his hand, but he can sort of hold the power-up pod as a gun. And I think the accessories do look pretty nice. You can have them sort of a run and gun sort of pose. So he's decently posable, well painted, and I do like the accessories. Blue Booster as a robot is pretty good. Not a ton of complaints with Blue Booster's robot mode. It's a good robot mode. Now we will get into Tails here, or Wingtail, as he is called in the fiction. It's not a bad robot mode. It's just a robot mode that is horrendously compromised by kibble. It's pretty clear to me that they designed this for the plane mode first and the robot mode second. Just because of the sheer amount of kibble. Like, he's got a whole plane, the whole back half of a plane and wings hanging off of his butt. So yeah, he is pretty kibble-tastic, and the posability does suffer because of that. The other thing I don't like about the figure, these wing pieces will constantly come off. They're just loosely tabbed in, but they are easy to put back on. So first, we will give you the customary look at Light Noggin. Camera. There we go. And it's a nice noggin. I like this noggin. There's the wings coming off. Hold on, folks. Just get that peg back in. There you go. It's a good head sculpt. Very Tails. Really nothing to complain about the head sculpt. Head sculpt is good. Good head sculpt. As for posability, as you might gather from the sheer volume of kibble, he is a bit limited when it comes to posability. Head is on a ball joint, although when you pull the ball joint back, if you want to get him to look up or anything like that, or look back, it does tend to pop off the ball joint. Arms are on a hinge, but again, kibble, so there's just really nowhere to go for the arms. You do have some I forgot to mention the elbow articulation. The Blue Blur does have elbow articulation, take my word for it. So no real movement at the wrists. You can do a 360 on the waist, but again, kibble. Hips are on a hinge. Can kick back that, or forward that far. Cannot kick back at all unless you finagle the kibble. Take a shot every time I say kibble for this figure, because there is a lot of kibble. But it's a decent robot mode. I'm not knocking the look of the robot mode. I'm knocking the fact that it is just a kibbly mess. This was obviously designed for the plane mode. And honestly, I feel, as you're going to see, I honestly feel that these two figures work better in their vehicle modes. I just happen to think that they work as vehicles better than they do transform as robots. We're going to start with Blue Booster first because he's the easiest one. This I'm not going to lie. This transformation for Wingtail is a bit of a mess. Just because of some of the poppings of the wings and whatnot. Now, it's not to the point where I would want to stick my head in a hive of bees rather than transform it like a certain Solus Prime. The transformation is just a little finicky for Wingtail. But for Blue Booster, it is pretty straightforward. So first things first, we are going to take off his shield and his gun. And we're going to come down here, fold down this piece, and come to the back. I'm going to open up this sort of cockpit here, and then fold this piece here. Then we're going to fold the head in and just move the arms up for now. Because what we have to do is take this middle section, and we're going to swing the middle section all the way around. Leave the back part open for now, and we're just going to move the arms down and just collapse that into place. Then we're going to come to the arms. We're going to extend them on this ball joint, turn them, and then this will flip flush like that. Do the same on the other side. Did I do this the right way? I believe I did. Did I? Oh, no, I'm sorry. You have to turn the arms like this, and then they'll just kind of snap into place. Then you're going to take the arms. Sorry, space for a second. And you're going to turn them around. You're going to fold them in on this little hinge right there. And then the fist will lock into place. There's a little tab there and a little slot there. That will tab into place. And then you just fold the fist down to fill in that gap. Same on the other side. Just turn. And these are on mushroom pegs. But these mushroom pegs, I have not had a problem with popping because they are double mushroom pegs, which is the lesser of two evils. Okay, what am I doing here? What am I doing wrong? There we go. Then we'll just fold that up and slot that. There we go. Slot that into place. And then just fold the fist down to fill that in. And we're just going to take this and fold that up like that for now. Come down to the feet. We're going to fold open these panels. We're going to open the wheels. And then we're going to take this whole assembly and swing it around like that. Then we're going to take this section here and just fold that forward. Then there's a hinge in here, and we're just going to rock that back and collapse that down, and that will peg in like that. Same on the other side. Open up that panel, fold out the wheel, fold down, or fold that piece around, I'm sorry. Then we will take this piece and fold that forward to fill in that gap. And then just kind of finagle that together so we can snap that together, and then we can close the cockpit. Now, my one problem with this figure, and I don't know if it's me or I'm doing something or just something doesn't want to fit in right. This piece is supposed to connect to these two little pegs, but they're a little too sunken in, and I just can't get them to connect. But other than that, there's the vehicle mode. We'll come back to you in a minute. There is no place to store these, unfortunately, but you know what? I'll just do the reveal on the vehicle mode now. This is a great vehicle mode. This is his car, or Sonic's car from the Sonic Racing games. It's a good car mode. He squishes together into, I mean, other than looking underneath, but squishes together into a pretty darn clean car mode. And he does roll, even with that one piece down there, as all rolling things should, so he can gotta go fast. Now we come to Wingtail. And I just realized I never showed Wingtail's accessory. My mistake. He comes with this little gun that actually turns into a bomb in robot or plane mode, and this little effect piece to create a little blast effect. Sorry, I forgot about the accessory, but we do mention it here. So we'll take that off. First thing we're going to do is we're going to open the chest, and we're going to fold the head into the chest and just snap that closed. Then we're going to come to the cockpit and just fold that open for now. Then this is the weird part. You're going to unpeg this, and as you're unpegging it, these will come off constantly, by the way, the little tail fins. You're going to be rotating the backs of the planes around, or the plane around. So in a minute, you'll be able to connect it close. To test it, just to test that you did it right, just try and close it real quick. Next, we're going to come to the legs. We're going to flip the waist around, flip the legs around. Then we're going to take the toes. We're going to fold them out like that. Oh no, I'm sorry. I didn't need to fold those in. My mistake. I always forget if I have to do that step or not. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Then we can fold them down like this. Then we can turn them and fold them. Oh, forgot. You have to undo the waist assembly. Do you have to undo? The wings. We'll deal with that in a second. So then you're just going to come and fold these. I always forget how the legs work. Did I fold the leg in right? No. Okay. Hold on, folks. Just bear with me for a second as I try to get these in right. Okay, yeah, I did have that right. I forgot. Okay, it's that assembly you have to rock up. Like that. My mistake. So you just fold in the legs like so. Make sure the feet are in the right position, and then you can lock those into place. Then you can come to the back of, oh, hold on. Oh, I forgot to turn this. Oh boy. Did I just break that? Okay, folks, uno momento. Okay, sorry about that. As that falls right off. Now, you have to turn this around before you flip this down. And then you can just snap that down and close. And then you can bring the two shells, because this is unfortunately a little bit of a shell former. And connect them. Sometimes this can get a little bit. There we go. Or not. Hey, come on. Okay, uno momento again. Okay, sorry about that. I just didn't have the hips aligned correctly. Then you'll fold down the cockpit and just complete the back of the plane. Now we have the joys of the arms. So what you're going to do is turn the bicep and then fold the arm up on the elbow joint and just peg it in like that as the wings once again fall off. Do not like the wings on this figure. Do the same on the other side. Turn that around like so, and then just fold it up. And please don't make me do it. There we go. There we go. And then you're just going to tuck the arms under the fuselage. Just make sure everything is lined up. And then that little piece will snap into place like that. And we'll do the same on the other side, and then we'll deal with the final stages of the wings. Just snap that up like that. And then slide the wings over. Then we're going to take these pieces in here. We're going to fold them out like so. Then we're just going to slot them. There's a tab there, peg there. Down like that. And like that. Then we can fold down the landing gear. And then we're going to take the front of the plane. Sometimes a little easier said than done. There we go. And just make sure the front of the plane is flush on those pegs. And there you go. There you have, after a lot of futzing around, you have Wingtail in his plane mode. This is obviously Tails' biplane, and I'm not gonna lie, honestly, the juice was worth the squeeze on this. The complicated transformation and the things flying off were absolutely worth it, because this is just a really good plane mode. Other than some of obviously there's feet and hands. Oh, did you not want to connect on right? Hold on. There we go. Now you're connected on. Other than, the hands and the feet, this is a pretty clean plane mode. Like, I'm not going to lie. This is a really, as these love to come off, this is a really good plane mode. You don't see a lot of biplanes outside of highbrow in Transformers, so it's a darn good plane mode. And you can take the bomb gun thing and plug it on the bottom, and it does stand up a little better with the thing on. Did that come undone again? Oh well, close enough. But it's a good plane mode. Plane mode is good. Good plane mode. There are no actual wheels, but it does buzz around. It's honestly, as we bring the two in together, I like the vehicle modes more than the robot modes. That's a rare thing to me. The robot modes aren't bad. Like Blue Booster's robot mode is really good. Wingtail's robot mode is okay, but again, all the kibble. But, hold on. Sorry about that. I had a bit of a coughing fit. I have allergies. Never get allergies. But, side by side, they do look good. I feel like these were built for the vehicle modes. Honestly, I do. Wingtail especially was just kind of built for the vehicle mode. And honestly, if they ever go on sale, I might pick up another set just to have them in car mode, or car and plane mode, just because they're just darn good vehicle modes. And honestly, there has been moments in time where I'm like, am I gonna display these in vehicle mode? Because I kind of want to display these in vehicle mode. But anyway, we will get these boys back in their robot modes, and then I'll give you my final thoughts on the figure. So we'll move Wingtail off, and we will do Blue Booster first. First things first, we're just gonna open the cockpit. Then we're gonna just slide that out, come to the bottom, come to the bottom of the figure, separate the legs. Then we are going to take these blue panels and just swing them back like that. And like that. And then we can come to the feet and fold the feet down, which will give us some clearance to then take the hips and fold them out like that, and fold them over and just snap them into place. And there's, oh, first they come back, fold in the wheel, and then fold in that back heel piece. Then we'll come back here, fold up the fists. Sometimes a little easier said than done. Actually, first, just kind of unpeg it. That will help you get the fists up. Like so, and like so. Then we'll just fold the arms out and up. And just kind of get them out of the way as we take that peg, or first we'll turn that around, then collapse it down and fold that out, and we'll just fold that back around. Did I do that right? Yeah, I did do that right. Fold that back around, fold up the head, and fold the arms around, close up the back, like so. And we can close the chest, fold out the arms and turn them around, like so. And then just collapse them up. Sometimes those pegs like to slide around. Then we can give him his gun and his ring shield. And there we have Blue Booster back in his robot mode. Now, for the problem child, first things first, just kind of unpeg that nose cone. Then take these sections, unpeg them, and fold them over like that and like that. Fold up the wing, or the wheels. Brain fart there. Take off the bomb gun thing. Then we can reach in here and pull off the wings. Sometimes that's just kind of easier to pull them off. And then we can slot out the arms like so and like so. Pop the other wing assembly off. And just kind of unpeg or just kind of fold out the wings. Try and do this with the wings attached. Although sometimes it is legitimately just easier to pull off the wings. Then we'll come to the arms and just unpeg the fists and fold down the arms. This one in particular, the one on my left, really likes to get in there. One moment. To finagle that a little bit. Sorry for that. Sorry for all the uno momentos as that falls off again. Then we'll just slot that down. And then it is a little difficult to get this separated sometimes, but we will manage. Slide those out. Then we can fold that back for now. I'll deal with that in a minute. And fold the legs out and turn them. Then we can fold in the feet under the legs. Turn the waist around. Wait, did I do that? Did I not turn the waist around the right way? Oh, I turned the legs around the wrong way. Okay, my bad. There we go. Then we can just slot that down. We'll take the cockpit and turn it, and then just fold that under the canopy, and that will peg in. Then we come to this. We have to finagle these, as these keep popping off. Finagle these around. Here, if that pops off, I'll just keep it over there. Like that, so that we can take this little peg and plug it into that. Sometimes it is a little easier said than done. And then we can just fold these plain halves down like that. Put the wing bit back on. There we go. and then just finagle everything around, knock the wing assembly off, take a shot every time. Oh, they do like to come off. Just make sure that's folded in, and then we can slot the wing around. If I don't keep dropping it and it doesn't keep falling off, around, and then that peg there will peg into this little hole in the wing. Same on the other side. Thank you for behaving on that side. Then we can open up that, fold up. Oop, camera. There you go. Fold up the head, close that up, get him into a standing position, like so. Then we can give him his gun, like so. Just kind of straighten everything out. And there you go. There you have Wingtail back in his robot mode. And we'll bring in Blue Booster. This is a decent set. Final thoughts on the figure. It's a decent set. Is it perfect? No. Is it an absolute gas? Yes. I think, like I said, the vehicle modes are way better than the robot modes. And while I don't have a problem with the robot modes, I just honestly think these were built for the vehicle modes. Hence the litany of kibble on Wingtail. Would I suggest you picking them up? If you were a diehard Sonic the Hedgehog fan, absolutely I do. Maybe wait a couple months for it to go on sale. Maybe wait till like Black Friday comes around and maybe you can pick this up for a little cheaper. But if you absolutely have to have it because you're a Sonic the Hedgehog fan, it's fine at full price. This is a $50 set for 2 deluxes. I think that's a little steep, but it depends on how badly you need robots of Sonic and Tails that transform into their vehicle, into Sonic's car and Tails' biplane. But they're great figures. Other than the kibble, like I said, the transformation's a bit of a pain for this guy. However, the juice is absolutely worth the squeeze. Unlike Solus Prime, where the juice was in no way worth the squeeze, it absolutely is here. So yeah, there you go. There is the Sonic the Hedgehog Transformers crossover Sonic the Hedgehog, Blue Booster, and Wingtail. I'm asking you to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my links down below for all the places you can find me and support me. Within the next 2 weeks, I will have a FNAF stream for you guys for our 100th subscriber celebration. Within the next 2 weeks, I promise, Scout's Honor. I just have a lot of things coming up this month and next month. So just expect that then. And remember, growing old is mandatory. Growing up is optional. Be curious, be playful, and above all else, be kind. And I will see you next time.